Hello everybody, it's Emery48 here and welcome back to another video. Today we are going through the national and international holidays in February. We start with National Get Up Day, which I succeeded. I woke up today, so that's a pass for me. It is National Freedom Day, which is observed on February 1st of every year. On this day in 1865, Abraham Lincoln signed a joint resolution by the House and Senate that proposed the abolition of slavery. The amendment was done much later in the year, in December, but this is when it was proposed. So that's a big day, and it's a good way to start Black History Month. It is also World Interfaith Harmony Week. I think it's a tough time in religion across the world right now, so it's a good time to remember that we are all one people, and there's no real reason to be fighting just based off religion. It is Kick Day. There's no info on this site about that, so I don't know what that means. It is Groundhog Day, and I believe he didn't see a shadow, which means we have less winter. I think spring sooner this year because of it, for some reason. I've never understood Groundhog Day. It's kind of odd. It's National Wear Red Day. I've got my red on. That is in a way to show support and awareness for women's heart health. Women are impacted differently and have different symptoms of a heart attack. So today is a day to make sure people are aware of that and they don't have just the common signs. It is the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, which is also known as the Treaty of Peace, Friendship, Limits, and Settlement between the United States and Mexico. It was signed on this day in 1848 and marks the end of the Mexican War, drawing the border between the U.S. and Mexico at the Rio Grande and the Gila River. Probably said that river wrong, but we're close. It's Candlemas Day, which is a Christian holiday and is the feast of the presentation of Jesus Christ, or the feast of the purification of the Blessed Virgin Mary. It is the day that Jesus is presented at the temple. It is also National Hedgehog Day, which feels like basically Groundhog Day, and somebody who owns a hedgehog was probably like, hey, don't forget about them. Kind of odd. It's National Tater Tot Day, so of course I went to a local restaurant and had a side of Parmesan tots. Very nice. It is National Carrot Cake Day, and I have a little carrot cake here. It's got a little carrot on it too, which is cool. So we're gonna give it a little try. I've never had carrot cake before. Went into a bakery, grabbed a slice. It's pretty good. Powerful flavor. It's alright. It's National Golden Retriever Day, which was founded in 2012 to honor and commemorate, I guess, one of the most popular dog brands in the country. It is National Women Physicians Day, and it's always important to remember that in medicine or any industry, women can and are probably just as good as men, especially in things that just take your mind, because they're pretty smart, and we can be pretty dumb. It is Feed the Birds Day. Maybe I'll give the rest of that carrot cake to the birds. Who knows? It's also really cold out, so I don't see a lot of birds in February in New England. It is World Cancer Day, which was founded by the Union for International Cancer Control in 2000 as a way to promote a goal for everyone across the globe to join forces to make life-saving cancer treatment accessible to everyone, regardless of where they're from, thus preventing the illness and millions of cancer deaths. It's observed as well in all of the United Nations member states, which is pretty impressive because that's a lot of countries, and that is a lofty goal, but one that we should all always be striving for, as it is a very important goal to reach. It is the International Day of Human Fraternity, which the only thing I can think of with that, as there's no info given, is like frats, but that doesn't seem right, but it also could be right, so who knows? Going along the Black History Month theme, it is Rosa Parks' birthday. She was born on this day in 1913 in Tuskegee, Alabama, and she was a very important part of the civil rights movement in the 1960s. It's also Thank Your Mailman Day. I don't have a mailman because I have a P.O. box, so I don't have one to thank. But you should, if you have a mailman. It is National Weather Person's Day, and I actually work with a few meteorologists, so I gave them a little congrats today. It's World Nutella Day? World Nutella Day. International. So, of course, I bought some Nutella, and it's been a while since I've had some, so this is a very exciting day as it gives me an excuse to just dip a spoon in and get myself a bite. Oh yeah, that's good stuff right there. It's National Frozen Yogurt Day, which unsurprisingly on a winter day in New England, there's not many ice cream places open, and the only one that was all sold out of frozen yogurt by the afternoon. And no frozen yogurt's even more of a shame because it's National Chopstick Day, and I was going to make a bit and a joke out of eating my frozen yogurt with chopsticks, but that can't happen anymore because I don't have the frozen yogurt. It's also International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation, which, yeah, we probably shouldn't do that. And it's kind of unfortunate that it got bad enough that we needed to make a day to remind people to stop doing that. It's National Signing Day, which I believe is the day that high schoolers sign to a college for sports. I was never good enough at sports to even have to consider that. Safer Internet Day. Don't click on things that you don't know what they are. Just don't. It's pointless. National Send a Card to a Friend Day. Not gonna do that, but I'll send a text. Card's a lot of effort. I know that's the point. Not doing it. It's National E-Day. No information on this. It doesn't even say if it's national or international. It's just E-Day. It feels close to D-Day, but it's probably not. It also feels close to eBay, and it probably is. It's National Fettuccine Alfredo Day. And you really don't have to convince me that much to eat fettuccine Alfredo. So I went to a local restaurant, as I always do with these things, and had some fettuccine Alfredo. And that's a great thing. That's a great day. It's Rose Day. Instead of buying a rose, listen to the song by AJR, Buy You a Rose. I have more fun doing that than getting myself a rose. Now the 8th is 3 things that I'm just not going to celebrate. They're kind of pointless. National Boy Scout Day. They're up for bankruptcy? Okay, cool. Good for them. National Kite Flying Day. I'm not flying a kite. Propose Day. I don't even have anyone that I would propose to if I wanted to propose, so that's not happening. Alright, it's National Pizza Day, and I went down to Big Y, our family to yours, my Big Y, to get some pizza, because why not? It's a good place to get it. Honestly, it always looks better than it tastes. It's a decent slice of pizza. You can get one better most places, but for convenience and the price, Big Y is pretty good. It's National Chocolate Day. So I went down and got 95% cocoa Lindt chocolate experience. I don't know. I've never had a chocolate that high percentage before. I normally eat milk chocolate, so I wanted to try a heavily dark chocolate. Ooh. I'm gonna break off a little piece here. Little chocolates. It's definitely less sweet. Almost tastes dry. That's a weird feeling. Not that normal chocolate is wet. This is making my mouth dry. I get what they mean by bitter now, though. I do enjoy it still. Chocolate's chocolate, but definitely not my preferred. 95% is way up there. It's really tough to chew. It's also National Toothache Day. And after eating some pizza and chocolate, I'm gonna go brush my teeth so that I do not get a toothache. It's World Pulses Day, and well, I still have a pulse, so today's pretty good. It is Lunar New Year, so happy Lunar New Year to all of those that celebrate. And it is Teddy Day. And the only way I can interpret this without it giving me more information is that it's Teddy Bear Day. So here's a picture of me with my teddy bear. It is now Super Bowl Sunday, which is very exciting. My preseason pick for the Super Bowl winner was the San Francisco 49ers. So that's who I'm going for in this Super Bowl. Hopefully it pans out. It is International Day of Women and Girls in Science. Similar to the Physicians Day earlier in the month, it's always good to remember. Anyone can do it. A lot of people are smart. Let's get more women and girls into the sciences. It's always cool. It's Thomas Edison's birthday, which is very cool. Big science figure as well. Not a woman or girl, but science. It's also Promise Day, which I have to assume is similar to Propose Day, where it's like you give a promise ring. Again, like Propose Day, that ain't happening. It is Lincoln's birthday, and as a white man, he was very crucial in the civil rights movement, and it's Black History Month, so it's always good to remember the progress that we've made and what we need to continue doing to progress for the future. It's also Darwin Day, another science man. Darwinism, fairly popular term, common term, named after him with animals. International Epilepsy Day. It's always good to try and not give people with epilepsy any issues. This video and almost all of my videos, I think, are safe for people with epilepsy and do not have any flashing things going on in them. It is Hug Day, so I will go around the house and hug the people that I care about that I currently live with. Today is Mardi Gras, or Fat Tuesday, and originates in 17th century medieval Europe, which marks the onset of spring, which is pretty fun. I think it's a good thing to celebrate. Warmer days, longer days, all these things are good. It's also Galentine's Day, which I myself would not be participating in, but I encourage all those to do. That is the day before Valentine's Day, to get together with gal pals, as this website calls it. It was founded in 2010, which is much more recently than I expected, by the TV show Parks and Rec. It is Patchkey Day, which seems like Fat Tuesday. It's also World Radio Day. And there's a great song by Queen that talks about radio. So just listen to that if you don't want to listen to the radio. It's Kiss Day, which I feel like is basically Valentine's Day, but that's tomorrow, so don't know what that's about. Maybe it's about the band. Listen to the band again. Valentine's Day, basically a day for people not named Emery48 to make a bunch of money, all in the name of love. Ash Wednesday starts the Easter season in the Christian Catholic season calendar. It is Arizona Statehood Day. I guess it's good to remember that it's a state. If it was closer, I would have gone and visited Arizona, but from New England, it's a fairly complicated journey. Well, not complicated, it just takes a while. National Donor Day, formed in 1998 to raise awareness about organ donations, which I am an organ donor on my license, so I've made that step. Hope you do too. You don't need them once you're dead, so that's a thing. International Book Giving Day. I don't have anyone to give a book to per se, but I can give my brain book knowledge and read. So I'm currently reading a Star Wars book, which if you watch this channel at all is not a surprise. So I'll continue reading my Star Wars book. It is Singles Awareness Day, which is conveniently placed after Valentine's Day to ease the pressures and pains of the season of love for people not in a relationship. There's no real way to celebrate this. It's just a awareness day. So that's not very helpful, but it's cool. It was formed in 2005. It is Susan B. Anthony's birthday. She was born in 1820, on this day in 1820, actually, and died in 1906 and was a huge factor in women's suffrage. It is International Childhood Cancer Day. And this doesn't feel like a day that you actually celebrate. This feels also like an awareness day. Making aware that it's not just adults that are impacted by cancer and terminal illnesses. This also hits kids very difficultly. It is World Anthropology Day, which anthropology is the study of the origin and development of human societies and cultures, which is pretty close to what I wanted to do when I was a kid. I wanted to be an archaeologist, and anthropology would be something that you could study as an archaeologist. So that's very intriguing. Didn't realize they had a day, a world day. I'll let that be. It's also Slap Day. You're welcome. It is National Almond Day, so I went down to the store, got myself some honey roasted almonds. I've got to say, I think almonds are probably my preferred nut. So this is a really cool day. I like this day. It's the only thing today, and it's really easy to celebrate. Unless you have a nut allergy. Then probably don't. It is Random Acts of Kindness Day. So today, like you probably should any day, do something for someone that you normally wouldn't do. Can be someone you know, can be a stranger. Let them in on the road. Help them pick something up if they drop it. Whatever it is, do something today that you wouldn't do the other 360 days of the year. It is Perfume Day, which I feel like perfume doesn't need a day. People utilize perfume and spend a lot of money on perfume as it is. I'm not one of those people, and I'm not paying money for perfume. Pluto Day. Now, I can't figure out if Pluto Day is referring to the planet or the character. Either way, I think they both deserve a day. This is pretty good. It is Flirting Day, and that's just... Now they know it's a Sunday, like what? I work on Sundays. That's just not gonna happen. It's President's Day, which was established in 1885 as a federal holiday to celebrate George Washington's birthday, and has since been used to celebrate the lives of past and presidents. But its original purpose was for George Washington. It is Daisy Gatson Bates Day. And oddly enough, she was not born or died on either of these days. She was born in November of 1914 and died in November of 1999. She was a civil rights activist, publisher, journalist, and lecturer who played a leading role in the Little Rock integration crisis of 1957. It is International Tug of War Day. And if I was not alone right now, I'd probably tug a war with somebody. But I would have had to read that much farther in advance to plan this day out. It's also Confession Day. I'll confess, I didn't plan this video as well as I normally want to. There you go. That's a good confession for you. It's National Love Your Pet Day. And I don't have a pet, but I'm sure you do. So go give it some extra love today. Not that pet owners don't normally show their pets love, but today a little something extra. It's World Day of Social Justice. And it's always good to think about progressing the world. And that seems like a lofty task, but all you have to do is try and progress the area around you. And that doesn't necessarily mean your town. It can be you. It can be your house. It can just be you and your spouse, whoever you're with. Just keep progressing towards social justice. It is Missing Day. And there are still people missing to this day that have been missing for a couple days, a couple weeks, a couple months, or a couple years, or even longer. if you do have any information about anybody that's missing, it can probably help. Even if it's a small detail that you don't think is beneficial to police, I'm sure if they haven't heard it already, then it's appreciated. And if they have heard it, they'd still like to know it from another person's perspective. It is International Mother Language Day, which originally I thought was going to be something about mothers. But it is more, well, it's not at all about that. It was established in the Bengal province of India in 1947, which is a pretty tough time, if I know my Indian history at all correctly, for them. I believe that's when Great Britain was pulling out and creating Pakistan, which was they did not do that the best. But it celebrates the linguistic diversity of several cultures worldwide, specifically a country and community's culture being its language. So that was interesting. I think it's about being multilingual. It's about where you're from and what language that area speaks. It's National Sticky Bun Day, and this is something that I would want to eat. But looking it up, it seems like a cinnamon bun. And for some reason, bakeries in New England don't seem to sell sticky buns, they just sell cinnamon buns. And since I'm honestly not a huge cinnamon bun fan, and they're also heavily unhealthy for me, I'm unfortunately passing on the Sticky Bun Day. Which is tough. This one looked really good. It's basically a cinnamon bun, it looked like, with nuts. At first I thought Sticky Bun was going to be an Asian kind of bun. But that is not what it seems to be. It is Breakup Day, which is a harsh day. This gives no information on it. But that seems like a kind of harsh day to have, to encourage people. I mean, I guess it can be healthy sometimes if you're in an unhealthy relationship, but otherwise, having a day called Breakup Day doesn't seem like the best. It is World Thinking Day, which is a lot less cool than I thought it was going to be. It's a Girl Scout Day, which does encourage young girls to think. But it's not as cool as I thought it was going to be. I thought there was going to be something more to it. It being a Girl Scouts thing, I guess, kind of makes sense, though, in hindsight. It's National Chili Day, and my goodness, do I not like chili. I don't like to eat it. My taste buds don't like it. My belly don't like it. So we ain't celebrating National Chili Day. I can tell you that. It's George Washington's birthday, which is interesting. Would have expected that to have landed on President's Day. Now, granted, President's Day is like the third Monday of every month, rather than a specific date. So I guess it makes sense. Sometimes it will hit. It's also National Margarita Day. And because I'm not very good at mixology, I got this canned, pre-made mixed margarita, which is a tequila, lemon, and lime cocktail by Two Chicks, a sparkling citrus margarita. That's really nice. Feels fresh, like a bright flavor. I feel like it's almost nicer than a margarita, which for me, normally I don't like the pre-made cocktails, but this is pretty good. I might have to try others from this brand. Today is the day that the Battle of the Alamo started. It started today and goes through March 6th. It took place in 1836 and was a pivotal event in military engagement in the Texas Revolution. It is where, remember, the Alamo is famously known from. Texas had somewhere between 185 and 260 people, and 182 to 257 were killed, so the whole force. The Mexican army had 2,000 to 2,100 people, and the Mexican official statement is that between 60 people were killed and 250 were wounded. The Texan estimation is between 400 and 600 were killed and wounded, which means they were going at a almost 3-to-1 rate, which is very impressive in any military scenario. It is National Banana Bread Day. And I love me some banana bread, and I went down to Big Y instead of making some and got nut banana bread, put a little bit of butter on it. Warm it up in the microwave. Just so good. I could have banana bread so often. Get a little fried egg, put that on top. Great breakfast. Now the 24th has nothing, so we can move swiftly on. National Clam Chowder Day. Now I'm a big chowder fan, but more of the like seafood chowder or a chicken corn chowder. That's more of the chowder I lean towards instead of clam chowder. The seafood one, just gives me more flavors. But we'll eat a clam chowder today. Twist my arm. We got one from Panera. I've never had the Panera clam chowder before. It's one of the microwave ones, so excuse the bowl. But that's what we're eating it out of, because whenever I get a Panera soup and you leave it in its like little plastic container, it never really cooks right. So we took it out. We put it in an actual thing. So we'll try it. It's fine. I don't know if I'm big on microwaving a clam chowder, but it is what it is. It tastes decent. I never even realized that they had clam chowder. I wonder if they have it in their restaurants. If they do, I'll have to try it at some point, because I'm sure it would be better there than out of a microwave. National Pistachio Day. Now, I'm not a pistachio fan, which is kind of unfair for me to say because I don't think I've ever had a pistachio. But I got this bag of honey glazed. I don't know. Glazed pistachios. Honestly, now that I'm looking at it, don't even know if there's pistachios in this because it says almonds. So that's confusing. We gotta hope that there's a pistachio in here. Maybe. The pomegranate glaze is interesting over a nut in general. It is. Very hard. But it's good. It's a nice treat. No complaints from me on the pistachio front. It's National Pokemon Day. And it's on this day because this is when the first ever Pokemon game was released in 1996, Pokemon Red and Green. Now, I only ever played Pokemon Go. That's the only Pokemon game I've ever played. My favorite Pokemon from that is the Eevee evolution of Flareon. It's also World Spa Day, and man, do I wish that I went to a spa today. Because holy cow, that's awesome. I don't know why I didn't think to do that. I'm just sitting at home relaxing, I guess, on Spa Day. It's World Non-Governmental Organization Day, which is very vague. And basically, any organization that's not a government. I feel like they get a lot of appreciation throughout the year, and people aren't unaware of them. So I don't understand the reason for this one. But there's no information on this site about it. I'm sure there is more if you looked into it, but I did not. So that's all I've got for you. It is Rare Disease Day, which it says here that it's observed on the last day of February. But I guess I didn't take into account leap years, as we still have an extra day in February. But it does raise awareness to diseases that are not commonly known. And there are 7,000 rare diseases currently in the world. Rare Disease Day was created by the European Organization for Rare Diseases on February 29th, which is weird. That's a leap day. And yet it's celebrated on the 28th. In 2008, this... That's odd. Okay. Rare Disease Day is celebrated even if it's not a leap year on the 28th, even though it was created during a leap year. That's odd to me. Okay, that's fine. A rare disease is considered something that affects 1 in 200,000 people. That's a U.S. definition. And that means that because it's so rare, it may not have a treatment or a cure. So it's good to raise awareness for something like that. It's also National Pancake Day, and that's a great day. We revisited our pancake journey, which I made on this channel, finding the world's best pancake. This is not it. This was just it was a Bisquick shake and pour, because why not? It's easy. And for how easy it is, it's pretty dang good. You can't really go wrong with a quality buttermilk pancake and some maple syrup. It's always going to be great. And the last day of February, the leap day, is Bachelor's Day. Now, I don't know if that means like The Bachelor is going to air today or not. It's a Thursday. I don't think that's a Bachelor Day. But I am currently a bachelor, so I guess I can celebrate myself today, as if Singles Awareness Day wasn't enough for me in February. We also got Bachelor's Day. Now that does wrap up February. That's the end of our month. I had fun. There were some foods that I've never tried before that I was able to try now, and some foods that I just enjoy that I get to eat again. I'm hoping to expand this and get even more involved in the future months. This month I did try and get myself out there a little bit more, do a little bit more than I did in January, and hope you appreciate that and enjoyed. If there are things you want to see me do and expand on for March, please let me know in the comments down below, and I will try and incorporate that into future videos. Thank you already so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.